I am thoroughly disappointed in this model. I have a VPRO 500 which has performed up to expectations for years, a no-frills, low-cost but accurate and reliable rangefinder. I purchased the ULTX as a moving away gift for a longtime golf buddy. I had high hopes that some of the advertised features would certainly put this in the running of the Bushnell, but still under that price point. After a short trial, I cannot see where this model has anything else offer over the entry VPRO other than slope measurements. The optics were no clearer, and even worse, the yardage readings actually move further out of focus as you move the view into focus. Unacceptable that you cannot have a clear view of the target and clear view of the yardage reading at the same time. Also, I never was able to have vibration feedback once. The ULTX in no way justifies the price nor claims of features. Sorry TecTecTec, but aside from your entry-level models, you lost a customer to Bushnell.
I bought a cheap Rangefinder and it was horrible. Was great on courses that didn't have trees behind the pin, but most courses do. My golfing buddy has a Bushnell and we compared them and I realized you get what you pay for. So I got online and found TecTecTec. They have quite a few models. This seems to be the best of the bunch and the most expensive. But it was worth it. I have used it on 5 different courses and stood side by side with the Bushnell and both are right on the money. The slope feature is very nice for a hack like me. Helps me know when to go up or down a club based on the pin height. My only complaint is the vibration when you lock onto the pin. The Bushnell has a really strong vibration.
After many weeks of back and forth research and price comparisons, I came to the conclusion that the TecTecTec ULT-X golf rangefinder had it all. It does. It is very accurate and extremely easy to operate. I've used it twice, but I like it much better than my old golf buddy rangefinder. My golfing crew was all over my new rangefinder this week, and if you are looking to replace their older version of Bushnell rangefinders, that are costing a lot more money, they will consider the ULTX for sure now. When I narrowed it down to 3 well-known brands, the ULTX had them beat. The other reviews I read were more than enough to help me make the right decision. I love this new version and so will you. After all, price is one thing, but accuracy at an affordable price is the winner for the consumer.
Updated review. I'm happy to report that the replacement came and the slope mode is working. After one round, I am very satisfied with the performance of the ULTX. It takes a few seconds to lock even with my shaky hand and it's giving good results. Previous review. Most of the non-slope functions work well. Seems to acquire target better than most rangefinders I've owned. I've owned 4 different ones, too many. Unfortunately, the slope mode M3 never worked. I thought maybe the faceplate wasn't extending enough, but I never got a slope function to work. TecTecTec recommended I return for a replacement. I'll update my review when I receive the replacement. So far, customer service have been decent.
Quick, accurate and reliable measurements. I was skeptical at first given the near half cost of this rangefinder compared to Bushnell's comparable model with the same features I was looking for. Can't really give a fair comparison as I have not personally tried out the Bushnell's comparable model, but I am not disappointed in the least with the compact size and performance of this TecTecTec ULT-X model. All the features worked flawlessly. Now the only feature I wish it did have is an image stabilizer for a more quicker reading. Now that would be a game changer. Quick update to this great gadget's performance. All I have to say is it has performed flawlessly at the range and the field.
Nice improvements over previous model. Easier to lock onto the target, the vibration is really nice and the graphics are easier to read for me. Great job done.
After watching my friends using theirs and trying them out, I decided to make the investment but did not want to break the bank. With a good return policy, I gave this ULTX rangefinder and I am very happy with it. It took a couple of holes to learn to use it and a couple of short shots, because I did not change from meters to yards, but when I finally figured out how to use the buttons and make it vibrate when hitting the pin, it consistently gave me the accurate yardage and helped me pick the right club. Now if it could only measure the wind velocity. The slope finder is good too, although I don't have much use for it in South Florida. Maybe when I travel.
I've only recently received and used my new rangefinder, but it's everything I wanted and for less money than the other options I was looking at. I've only played a couple rounds with it, but it seems very accurate. It's easy to use, pinpoints the target very quickly, and it's easy to tell if you've got the pin or a tree or something else behind the pin. I haven't had a chance to compare distances with any of my playing partners' rangefinders, but from what I can tell so far it's right on the mark. The slope function is probably my favorite feature. I've been playing golf for about 25 years, and I can already tell that I almost always underestimate the for uphill downhill shots to the green. Brr long story short, this is very likely the best bang for the buck I've ever spent on golf equipment. If you don't have a rangefinder, I'd highly recommend looking into the ULTX.
I used this for 4 rounds in Florida last week. It was spot on with a Bushnell V2 someone in my group used. It locked on the pin from any distance that I tried. I used it for up to 300 yards for layups because outside of that, does it really matter? Grab your 5 and put yourself in wedge range. The pin seeker tech locked in after 23 seconds. It was better on reflective pins, but it grabbed old school yellow fiberglass pins as well. I remember 2 times where I had a hard time locking in on a pin as it kept grabbing something behind the green. I simply reset and scanned, and it picked it up. As always, use your common sense. If it should be about 150 and it's grabbing 180, take a few steps to the side and try again. Additionally, I do not have the steadiest hands. I can't hold it perfectly still, but it works very well.
Dropping my old laser rangefinder was probably the best thing that could have happened. I immediately started researching new rangefinders. After reading dozens of reviews and basing my decision on price and quality, it was a no-brainer to go with TecTecTec. I went with ULTX because I wanted to have the elevation feature. After using the rangefinder on the course, I am very happy. Great functionality, light and very comfortable in your hand. I would highly recommend giving any one of their products a try. You won't be disappointed.